The guard's eyes met mine. There was a trace of sympathy in his expression that proved he knew exactly who I was and what Samuel Bezic had done to my family.
Very well.
He licked his lips.
He doesn't often get visitors, you know. His mother visited him for a time, but she's in a care home now and doesn't travel anymore. Nobody's been to see Mr. Bezic for at least 3 years.
Maybe I was meant to feel some satisfaction at the tidbit of information that there was no longer a single person who cared enough about Bezic to come and see him. Surprisingly, it only made me feel sad. He'd altered the trajectory of my life when he ended the existence of my parents, and I hated him to my core. But it made the brutal deaths of my mum and dad feel even more pointless. Samuel Bezic would die alone inside these prison walls. In the end, he'd achieved nothing more than tragedy for everyone involved, himself included. Nobody was a winner here. I passed through the metal detector and submitted to a further pat-down before a prison officer escorted me down a wide corridor to a beige-coloured door marked with the number 32. The prison officer unlocked it and gestured me inside.
"Samuel Bezic will be here shortly," he said. "He'll arrive via the opposite door. Although you will be able to see each other, you will be separated by the screen at all times."
He spoke as though he were reciting a well-worn set of rules.
"You are advised to remain in your chair throughout the meeting. I will be outside. When you are finished, knock on the door and I will escort you out. We will not be listening, but for your information, there is a camera in the corner of the room which will be recording proceedings."
I nodded, distracted. Unlike the warm tones of the entrance area, this room felt cold. It was painted in the same nondescript beige as the steel door. There was, I decided, no colour more depressing than beige. The prison officer waited until I sat down on the uncomfortable metal chair that was firmly bolted to the floor. In front of me, stretching from wall to wall, was the aforementioned screen. The lower half was made out of steel, but the top half was glass with a small vent through which conversation could travel. It was designed to prevent any physical contact between visitor and prisoner, and it looked sturdy enough. Although I wasn't afraid of Bezic, the screen was oddly reassuring. Beyond it was another chair and another door, the door through which my parents' killer would emerge.